Well, hi Leos, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. I've shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So, Leos, what can you expect coming up in your life? If this sounds like you're reading, it probably is. If it does not sound like you're reading, it probably is not. And I would check your moon sign, which is your private emotional side. Okay, Leos, the overall energy of your reading is putting an end to it. Okay, getting over it, whatever it might be. So this surrounds your entire reading. Up here in your highest energy is the Two of Swords. So it looks like you've been kind of like blocking, putting it into something here. You have your swords up, you have your heart crossed, protecting your heart, blindfold on, not wanting to deal with it. Not wanting to deal with putting an end to something. These are the two highest energies in your reading. Let's find out what's going on. Right next to the Two of Swords is the Hermit. This is the card for Virgo. So Virgo might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But this is about seeking your path forward. You haven't been wanting to deal with that. It kind of feels like it's too much work. You don't want to move forward. You kind of like it the way it is. Okay, so you've been blocking seeking your path forward. Well, the Hermit's here, and it's pointing out, hey, you can move forward if you want, but you are choosing not to. You're putting an end to this, though. Let's see what's happening. I have the Lovers on the back side of the Hermit. This is the card for Gemini. Gemini might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But there's your guardian angels and spirit guides. Look, they have their hands up. They're trying to bring you together with a soulmate, a divine soulmate, one that you've been lovers with in another life even. They want you to reconnect this life. So I'm not quite sure if you even know this person exists in this life yet. But the Hermit, right off the bat is telling me that you are blocking, it's like you don't want to, you're protecting your heart. Like, you don't want to see the outside world. Like, you don't want to open yourself up to having your heart broken. But don't deal with it. Just don't deal with it. On the backside of the Hermit, I have the Lovers. There's a divine soulmate waiting for you out there. So I think we're going to put, so right under the Hermit, we're going to put an end to all that blocking. I think you're going to put an end to, protecting your heart. Just kind of let the swords down, take off the blindfold, and see what's out in front of you, okay? So Leos, I have the Empress here. Empress, this is who you are. You're such a beautiful person. If you're a parent, you're a really good parent, but you are kind and thoughtful and generous and considerate and loving and forgiving and giving. I mean, you have so many wonderful qualities about you now. For this to come up, you deserve, I think it's like you're protecting your heart, but you deserve to have love in your life. You deserve good things. And whoever it is that you let into your life, make darn sure they have a lot of the same qualities that you do, or it will not last. Well, I think what the Hermit's trying to say here is, wait a minute, there's a divine soulmate out here with a lot of the same qualities as you, and you have been blocking to let them in. You haven't. So you're going to put an end to that. You're going to start opening your eyes. You're just going to be more careful. I have a Page of Wands right next to the Ten of Swords. So, in putting an end to blocking, to stop blocking your heart and open your eyes here, it's like you're going to make a pledge to yourself. It's like there's something that you need to, something's been brewing from the bottom of your feet. It'll come out your mouth. You're holding the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. And it's like, okay, I'm making a pledge that I will just be careful moving forward. I'm just not going to let somebody into life unless I'm absolutely certain that they're the one for me. This is right under the Lover's card. So, in making this pledge, letting your guard down a little bit, I think you're going to be able to allow this divine soulmate to show up in your life. Under the Empress, here's one of your cards of fire energy. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Queen of Wands are all male or female. The Queen of Wands is holding the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. You're passionate. You really are a passionate person about whatever you put your mind to. Okay, whatever you believe in. I mean, you really believe. You're just passionate in the heart. You have a love of like gardens or pets or nature, something like that. But this is a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, so here you go. And you are going to let your guard down. You are going to, put an end to this blocking your, not wanting to deal with what's in front of you. Just, oh, you're not going to go there, do that. You're never going on another date. You're never going to have a cup of, open yourself up to heartache again. Well, you can do that as long as you're careful, and I think you're deciding. And the Hermit's like shining the lantern on. This is your, if you left your guard down, this is coming in. That's right behind the Hermit. So, on the other side of the Queen of Wands down here, ready for your fresh start, your new beginning. And under putting an end to that, up there, you're moving forward. It's been hard. It hasn't been, an easy ride because this boat is being pushed by a pole, no motor. But you're moving away from rocky waters. You're moving towards a calmer, more peaceful place in your life by putting an end to this. Okay? You're moving forward. Lots of swords of truth and clarity on that boat. So you understand how to go about if someone does approach you about a relationship or you start to think about it. You're much more clear about how to go about that. Part of what your declaration is, like I said before, is you're not going to just accept any old love offer. Page of Cups is under there, and you're moving away from these Page of Cups offers. See, there's a fish in there. That is a tainted cup of love. Pisces might be strong in your chart or around this reading also because, there's a fish in a cup. The fish is for Pisces. But you're going to make a pledge that you will not accept that kind of love. I'm taking out the second part of this reading. For Leos, please. See where this goes. Okay, Leos. Up here on your highest energy line, this is lots of communication. When you meet this person, this soulmate, divine soulmate, I think you're going to exchange phone numbers or something. There's going to be a lot of texting, phone calls, might be video chat even, but there's going to be a lot of it. Getting to know each other, and this is going to allow you to drop this heavy burden. I mean, it really has been a burden that you've been carrying, of wands. Yeah, you're ready to drop those wands, and all this communication is going to help you to do that. Right next to this Ace of Pentacles, you're going to start to feel secure. You're going to start to feel, pretty stable and grounded in this relationship. Matter of fact, I think eventually there will be a commitment in this relationship. Eventually. You're not one to jump into anything anymore. No, no, no. You're going to get all your answers. You're going to approach things in a methodical way. But here's the Cups. And you're going to end up falling in love. You're going to end up together in union. You're going to end up married. I just know it. And with lots of love and sunshine and rainbows. You've been blocking this from coming in. Stop it. I have the Ace of Wands on the other side of the Cups. This is new beginnings, fresh starts. You see all this communication. It's going to allow you to drop those wands. All this love is really going to develop. It's not going to be like an overnight thing, because you're going to take it slow. And you are taking it slow, and they don't care. They don't mind. They're just there. They just, they don't know why. You guys are soulmates, divine soulmates. There's going to be such a strong connection that you're both going to be willing to do whatever makes the other happy. Isn't that what it's supposed to be all about? Under this Ace of Pentacles and next to the Ace of Wands, you still live with this fear. You're still going to hold on to this fear. It's all going to blow up because it's just too good. Nothing good ever lasts. That type of energy, not true. You've already healed from the Tower moment. I've got the Star card right under it. But you still carry some of that energy, but I think you're going to be able to let that go. I have the Nine of Cups under the Cups and next to the Page of Cups. So what you've been doing is putting all those cups of love you have on a shelf behind you and like just protecting it. Like there's no way anybody's getting love again, because you've been in blocking. You've been in this state of not opening up your heart. Well, right below the cups this is opening up your heart. This is finally getting to a point, meeting somebody that you really do want to share your love with, instead of just holding on to it. And then next to the Nine of Cups is the Four of Wands. Told you, I think you're getting married eventually with lots of love. That's what this card is all about. The Four of Wands, right under the fresh new start, and the Ace of Wands. Wow, union between two people. There's a lot of joy associated with this card. This is a divine soulmate relationship, very divine. Like I say, you're not going to be able to resist it, and either will they. It's going to be like, where have you been all life? And that's where it stays, okay? You've already healed. You've healed from one soulmate relationship. You had a huge Tower moment with someone that you thought you were in you had been married, or you had just been committed or thought you were committed. There was a lot of joy at one point, but it blew up. And that's you've healed from it. This is the Star card, spiritual, very deep, deep, deep healing. That's what you've been doing. Seeing your own reflection come back at you, reminding you of who you are, remembering what you do want and what you don't want. You do want somebody who has a lot of the same qualities that you have. And this is the card for Aquarius. So Aquarius might be strong in your chart or strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. So you've already healed, or you're healing from this Tower moment, but it kind of stays with you. You're like, oh man, this is too good to be true. It's going to blow up, but it doesn't. I see it turning into marriage. Let me take out one more card. The Magician. Oh, you're manifesting this. Somebody, maybe they are. I think they are. So, well, you might have, because you've been seeking your path forward while you've been blocking at the same time. So you might have manifested them to come in, but it was your work in letting go that allows them to come forward. The Magician. The infinity symbol. Your intuitions run high. Follow your intuition. Okay? Listen to what yourself is telling you, and that will guide you. You have all the tools, and so do they, because this card goes right here. You both have all the tools to make this relationship work. You have the Cup of Love. You have the Pentacle for security and stability. You have a Wand for fresh starts and new beginnings, and Sword for truth and clarity. And all this communication here, the Magician is pointing right to the Eight of Wands with your divine soulmate. That's what's going to allow this relationship to blossom. And I mean blossom. So, beautiful reading, Leos. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.